Good morning to students. So coming to today's plan, we have already discussed about six sorts using divide and conquer approach in previous class. And next example, which process operations using divide and conquer approach is merge sort. So here take an example of sequence of numbers in a list. So this is the original sequence. So in merge sort always merging means combining different lists as a single one. So you can take a random numbers list, not in sorted order initially, but when we want to perform the merge, we have to sort the elements. The two lists which we are taking as input should be in sorted order. So here, check this. Here we are taking only single list. Initially we are dividing only for process example. We are dividing the same list into two partitions, considering those as two different lists. So here you can see. So the list consists of 8 elements. Divide. This is the division process, and this is the sorting process. So in this division process, we are dividing the list first into two halves. So you can continue this process until undivisibility should exist. That is, until we should not divide the elements into partitions. So until we should not divide the elements to partitions means element list that consists of elements that are single. That is the termination state for partition. So here, first take the list consists of 4 elements divided into 2 partitions. And in the second stage, again divide these 2 partitions into 4 consists of 2 elements. And again in third step, again divide the two partitions into single element structure. So 3 divisions into 4 into 2 into 1. First 2 partitions consist of 4 elements. Next 4 partitions consist of 2 elements. Next single element partitions. Until single element should exist, you can divide this. And next coming to the sorting process. Here you have to check. The arrows are pointing to down to top, that is bottom up manner here. So here you have to process the sorting from individual elements. So first you have to compare the elements which are divided as single independent lists with each other. So first compare 18 with 26 that are already sorted order, no need to swap. So 13 with 6, there is a swapping needed. So move 6 to 30 place and 32 place and 32 to 6. And next 43 with 15, so 15 43 and 9 1 1 9. So this is the first step. And coming to the second step, we have to merge these two individual partitions as single ones. So here this is merging. 1826 one partition, already swapped location 632 one partition, 1543 one partition, 19 another one. And again you can process the same with 2 elements. Here we are performed with single element. Here you can perform comparison with 2 elements of 6 and next you can merge the 2 elements of 6 into 4 elements of 6. So compare here. So 18 with 6, swap into 18 place. And next 18 with 26, swap with 18 place. That is the 6 come to 18 place. And next 18 come to 26 place. And next already swapped 32 with 6 and also 18 with 32 with 18. So no swapping. And next go to the next 2 halves. 1 with 15, swap 1 and move 15 to 1's position. and next 1 with 43, that is the 15 with 43, swap 15 with 15th position to 43 position, and next compare 9 with 1 which is already swapped. So 1 is loose, no need to swap, and next 15 with 9. So here 9 has swapped, and here in first iteration 1 with 15, 1 and 15 are swapped, and next 15 with 43, that is 43 is swapped into the 15th position, and next come to 9 with 1, no swapping, next 9 with 15, 9 and 15. So the list is 1, 9, 42 and 15. Next come to the merged part. So 6, 18, 26, 32 already swapped. 1, 9. So here 1, 9, 15, 43. 1 has come, and next 15 with 43. That is 15. Okay. And again you have to self-iterate the recursion, that is in this half itself, that is 1 with 15, 1 with 4, that is 15 with 43, and next 9 with 15, and 9 with 1, 9 with 15, so 9 is that, and again self-recursion, that is 43 with 15. Forty-three is 15, that is 43, and next come to the next half. So compare within itself and also compare the elements within itself first, and next compare the elements with the, that is the elements which we have been already merged, that should be in sorted order, that is the merged partition should be in sorted order. These are in sorted order, but when we are performing sorting again, the merged partition should be in sorted order. So when we are swapping the first two elements, that is 1, 9 with 15, 14, that is after comparison, 1 will come to 15th position, and next 1, 15, and next 15 with 43, that is 43 will come to 15th, and here 15, here 43, and next when compare 9 first with 43, so 43 will come, and 9, and next you can compare with the next half. The list should be in sorted order, the partition should be in sorted first, and next with another one. Initially with internal sorting, and next with external sorting, and next come to the merging. You can combine this, that is after the lists which we have to match, if those are in sorted order, then only you can perform matching. So perform the matching. So here the list, again you can compare 1 with 6, 6, 1, and next 6 with 18, 6 will come, and 18 here, and next 18 with 26, 18, 26, and next 26 with 32, 26, and next come with 9, 9 with 1, okay, 9 with 6, okay, 9 with 18, 9 with 18, here 9, here 18. But here, when we are comparing, you can swap those elements. So, in that manner, you can compare and swap the elements in that order, and next you can process. So, this is the merge sort example. After sorting these two halves, 1 with 6, first to compare 1 with all these 4 and swap the relevant positions, and next 9 with the remaining elements. So here you can compare 1 with 6, and next 1 come to this place and 6 come to this place, and 9 with, when 9 comes to this place, 9 will replace the 18th place. So here that will go to 18th place. And next when this goes to the 18th place in the third position, automatically here there is 18. You can replace 9 with 18, here that goes to 18, and again you can compare. So here the element that is 32 will come after comparison of 1, 1, 6, 18, 26, here 32. And next compare with 9. 9 with 1, no change. 9 with 6, no change. 9 with 18, there may be a swap. So, change. Here there is 18, here there is 9. And next 18 with 26, here there is 18, here there is 26. So here 32, 26. And next compare with 19. So up to this there is no swapping, that is 1, 6, 9. Come to 18, we can swap. So here 32, here 26, here 18, and next 43. Then 43 no swapping. After that you can compare the element with itself by calling the recursion. Before swapping, here internally we can call recursive sorting within this partition itself after swapping. So here automatically 32 with, we divide this 4 again into 2 partitions, that is 43, here 32, 26, 18, 43. So first divide this into 2, 32, 26, swap that is moved as individually divided, here 26, 32, and here 18, 43. And next, when you are comparing 2, 18 will come into 32 position, here 32, and this is 26 same, here 32 and 42. So after comparing the external, then you can compare the internal sorting after internal sorting of the, that is the list that has been produced randomly in internal process. Reiterate in this one again, and next merge those two sequences to produce the sorted sequence. And next, what is the algorithm for this sorting? So merge, A is the array, C is the initial index, and R is the end index. So here we have to divide the list into 2 halves. So for that one we have to calculate the middle element. So for calculation of middle, give index of P, that is the first index is less than the last index. Then Q is the middle, that is P plus R by 2. Divide the list into 2 halves. Then call the merge sort recursively in the first half and in the second half. And next you can merge these two, that is the process these two, merge sort recursive, merge sort calling with the 2 partitions until P equal to R. That is, there is a doubt until which we have to continue. So until P equal to R. So here you can take the same. So P equal to 1, R equal to 8. That is 8. There are only 8 elements. So 1 plus 8 means 9. No, don't take 9. So total list is 8 elements. So you can take the index which is relevant or either you can take 0, that may be 7, or you can take 1, that may be 8. So 1 plus 8 by 2, that may be 4.5. You can seal the element, not close. You can seal the round, then automatically that is 4. Divide this into 2 half. 4 elements in each partition. So AP comma Q, where Q is 4 and Q plus 1 from 5th to 8th. So call this again. Again here A and P is 1, R is 4, 1 plus 4, 5, 5 by 2, P is less than R, 5 by 2 means 2.5, that is again divide this into 2, 2, 2 and call this again. A, P, 1, 2, 1 comma 2 and Q 3 comma 4. Okay, and again you can call the indexes. Again you can call, that is P is 1, Q is 2. You can check again when we are calling this, that is P is 1 comma 2. So here R is 2. So P less than R. 1 is less than 2. Here you can divide 1 plus 2 by 2. That is only 2 elements, 1.5. You can see the 0.5 and only get 1. So 2 elements are 1. That is in first list there is 1. In second list there is P is 1 and also Q is also 1. And Q plus 1 is 2 and R is also 2. So here when you are calling this again, let's start again with 1 comma 1. This becomes equal. When this becomes equal, you can stop the merge sort. That is the partitioning the elements and calling the merging within itself. So when we stop means when P is equal to R means when P is 1 and R is 1. Division of the elements that ends when both the indexes comes to position 1 and also this list, each independent sublist consists of singular. Then you can call. So this is the initial call. Let's start with first index to nth index. And here after recursively calling this until this condition is this, then you can merge. That is, after dividing the elements into individual, then you can partition those and merge recursively internally and then perform merge sort recursively internally and then you can combine those. After individual elements, we are combining as 2 and next go to those one. 2 elements merge sort, that is in the 1 comma 2 partition and this is in 2 comma 3 partitions and again combine those. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and next second half is similarly. You can continue in this manner, call these three until this condition is initial condition is less than, then you can perform merge sort. So this is how we can partition and merge. Internal procedure. Merge procedure, how we are merging. So first the array consists of sorted subarrays. Sorted subarrays only. That is why we are telling. So already in previous example we have seen the array element should be internal. When we are performing external sorting, already the existing element should be in internally sorted order. Then you can compare. After comparing and swapping, if the elements are not internally sorted, that is after swapping, you have seen in the previous example. After swapping automatically at this position, elements are interchanged with different positions. Here 32, here 26, here 18, here 40. Then you can recursively call again merge sort here for this partition. And next you can rearrange this and next you can merge. So when we are calling merge, the merge sort recursive iteration should produce the sorted list only. Then only we can go to merge. Without sorted list, merging is not possible. So first half n1, that is the first partition index, ending index n1, q minus p plus 1, that is starting index is p plus 1 and this is the number of elements. N1 is the last index, first index we have to calculate. That is, we are starting from P and ending at Q. So, last index value is Q minus P plus 1. For example, if I am considering P is 0, P plus 1, that is P is 1. For example, P plus 1 is 2. I am considering Q is first half. divide the first initial and next you can call. So here first half, that is 4. So 4 minus 2. So if I am considering Q as 4, then you can consider Q as 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So that is depending on that, you can consider the indexes, either 0 or 1 for P, that is the starting index, Q is the middle partition, and R is the ending index. So N1 is calculated as index value, that is Q minus P plus 1. And N2 is the ending index for loop iteration, ending count for loop iteration. N1 is the ending count for loop iteration for first half and the left partition. And this is the ending index for the right partition. You can calculate these two indexes depending on considering P and Q values, P and R values. So P is I am considering 0. Initially the list consists of 8 elements. 0 plus 1 means 1. So N minus 1 is Q minus 1. Automatically, so we are starting from 0. For considering the index is, we have to stop in first half. Left is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. Okay. And next, coming to this. So Q is 3, you can remove. R is 7. 7 minus 3 is 4. So you can start. There are here, Q is 3 here. That is, we can terminate first half at 3 index and second half R is 7. 7 minus Q. That is, you can reach until number of elements for iteration. That is counter value for iteration. That is N1 and N2. So, first counter value 4 elements, that is Q 0 to 3. And second counter also 4 elements, that is 7 minus 3, 4. And here also 0 plus 1, 1. Q minus 0. Q is the middle value we are considering. So, Q minus 1, 3, 0 to 3 values we are considering. That is depending on index value you can assume. So, for I it's 1 to N1 and this is the counter value. So, L of I is L of I, that is left of I. Left of I is A of P plus I minus 1 is transferred to L of I. That is, we are moving the elements of an array into two halves. That is starting from P plus I minus 1. If I is 1, 1 minus 1, 0. So first element goes to first index position and second element. If I use 2, 2 minus 1, 1, P plus 1, that is P is 0 initially. But if P, there is 1. And so move. If there is 1, 1 plus 1, 2. Initially 1 is moved and 2 is moved and 3 etc. until N1 is reached. And next similarly for N2. You can start from Q, you can start from J equal to 1 and move Q plus J, that is 4, J plus 1 is, if Q is 3. So J plus 1 is Q plus 1, that is 4, move to right position. So here already 0 to 3 are moved. From here from 4 to 7, that is 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 to 7 are moved. And the last positions of these indexes are assigned to infinite, empty positions. So we are assigning empty positions for swapping positions. If there is one empty position, the swapping becomes easy to us. And next, initial counters I and J are initialized to 1. And next for K, K initialized from P to R, that is initial index to ending index, do if left of I, that is L of I, is less than or equal to R of J, then you can swap. L of A of K, if L of I is moved to A of K and increment I count. If this is not less, that is, if the L of I is less than, left value is less than the right value, then you can move left value into the array and increment. Else, right one is less element, then you can move right element into the array. This array is nothing but the result after merging, after each iteration. So after each iteration, what is the resultant array we have been produced in sorted order. So for that one, compare the two halves and move the elements in the array in sorted order. So you can take the last two elements when you are dividing the list into single element structure. So compare first element with second. If that is less, then move less element to A of first index position. Else move right element to left index position. That is continue this until last index is reached. So here we are dividing the list into two halves and next continue the loop for comparing the two halves and swap the elements depending on the condition whether that is least or great. So this is the input for this one is we have to pass two halves and call the match and recursively that is calling the match sort itself is called recursively after passing the input into two parties that is until elements that are partitioned into single structure. So this is the example how we can divide and sort. So this is the left half. This is the right half. The initial list structure and again you can divide this into partitions until single element is used. So our last position is empty and we are moving the elements in this manner. This is random representation. How we can divide this is representation. Next, correctness of match. So here already specified the algorithm whether this is correct or loop invariant practice. So at the start of each iteration of the loop, subarray of P to K minus 1 contains K minus 2 smallest elements of L and R in sorted order. So each subarray should contain smallest element, that is the sorted ordered element from K to K minus 3 index positions, number of elements in this subarrays. And L of I and R of I are the smallest elements of L and R that have not been copied back into A. So these are the last elements which we should not copy when that is reached to the end of the index positions. Before the first iteration, that is the initialization, we have to initialize temporary array initially. After moving elements to the L and R, this is empty because we have to reinitialize depending on the condition. So this is empty initially. IJ counters are initialized to 1 and L of 1 and R of 1 are the smallest elements in the two halves. Maintenance. Case 1. L of I is less than or equal to R of K by L of I. L of I, A contains P minus K smallest elements and of L and R in sorted order by L of I, L and Phi and R of J are the smallest elements of L and R not yet copied into A. So condition is they are copied in sorted order. If those are condition is not this, that is not, those are not copied. Next, termination condition, that is termination condition is reached when index value K reaches to R plus 1. So A contains R minus P plus 1 smallest elements of L and R in sorted order at the end. So analysis of net sort. The running time for the net sort is calculated using the recurrence relation. So here the recurrence relation is divide and conquer computing the middle element, that is theta of 1. So we are performing only one calculation. And next conquer solving the two subproblems, take 2 P of n by 2 because the list is divided into half. So n by 2 number of iterations you have to take. But recursively, so 2 into n by 2. And next two subproblems, so each one that should take n by 2 iterations. So 1 n by 2 for first half, 1 n by 2 for second half. And next combine merging n elements, take, that is merging n elements. This is sorting and this is merging. So merging n elements takes theta of n. So total is P of n equal to theta of 1 if n that is list consists of only single element, there is no calculations and no iterations. If that consists of more than n, then P of n equal to 2 P n by 2 plus theta of n. Theta of n is merging and 2 P n by 2 is sorting. If n greater than n. So overall time complexity is P of n equal to theta of n log n. So n by 2 means that is log n. Theta of n log n. So this is net sort. Next coming to the another method which uses the divide and conquer approach, that is binary search. But I know all are familiar with binary search. How can we find an element in a list? Searching means finding an element in a list that may be using any one of the methods, either linear search, binary search, etc. So here there are only two searching methods, linear and binary. But in linear search, always you can compare the element from the beginning of the list to end of the list to find whether it is existing or not. But that always takes n number of iterations to process. But how can we minimize by using the binary search those number of iterations and also minimizing the time and space complexity using binary search? So here you can see binary search finds the position of the specified input value within a sorted array. For binary search, the array should be arranged in ascending or descending order. That is the first condition. When we want to find an element in a list, in binary search, the list should be in sorted order initially. But why binary search is better than the linear search? Linear search works by looking at each element in the list, already I have told, in the list until it either finds the target or reaches the end. It results in order of n iterations. But the binary search comes with the prerequisite that the data must be sorted. We can use this information to decrease the number of items we need to look at it to find the target element. That is, the binary search always takes any half of the list, either first half or second half to search, not the total number of n elements in the list for searching. If the list is sorted, if the list is not sorted, then the binary search is similar to linear search. There is no difference. So here you can see serial. So this is the list. These are the index positions. So here we have to search an element. So for searching, here you can divide the list into two halves first. So here the total, there are 9 elements in the list. So you can divide this into two halves by calculating the middle element. Already list should be in sorted order. So 38 becomes the middle element in this list. We can calculate the middle always by considering low plus high by 2. So low is 0, high is 8. So 0 plus 8 by 2, middle is 4. So I am searching for 44 in this list. So mid value is low plus high by 2. So here 5 is the low element, 90 is the high element, middle element is 38. So first you have to compare in this searching whether that 44 is that is equivalent to middle or not. So 38 is less than 44. So first we have to compare whether the searching element is equivalent to middle or not. If that is not equal, then you can check whether that is either less than or greater than. But here middle is 38, searching element is 44, 38 is less than 44. So no need to go to the first half of this list because element is 44, that should not exist in the first half of the list because the middle is 38. So second half elements are greater than 38. First half elements are less than 38. So no need to check for 44 in the first half because all are less. Then we can move to the second half. So again you can calculate middle here. So here low becomes middle plus 1, that is 44, and high becomes 90. Low becomes middle plus 1 and high becomes already existing high value. So existing high value is 8. Low value is 5. Again you can calculate the middle value. So low is 5, high is 8. So 5 plus 8 is 13. 13 by 2 means 6.5. So you can fill that value. You can take either 6 or you can take either 7. You can take any value. So here I am taking 6 by filling that value. That is middle is 77. And the searching element is 44 is not the middle. So, but that is less than the middle. Then go to the first half, not the second half. So here low is mid minus 1. If we are moving forward, high becomes mid minus 1. If we are moving forward from middle, if we are moving backward to the middle, then you have to change high value. If you are moving forward to the middle, you have to change the low value because initial low is 0. If I am searching in the second half, this low should come to 5. If I am searching in the first half, this high goes to 4 index position. High should go from 8 to 4. When I am searching second half, 0 should come to 5. So that is different. So for that one, if you are moving backward, calculate high value which is changing. If we are moving forward, calculate low value which is changing. So here we are moving backward. So calculate the high value. So high value is nothing but mid minus 1. So in next iteration, compare element with mid minus 1. That is nothing but the middle element we are searching. 44. You can stop. So number of iterations are 3. Number of functions. So here calculations. First for calculating middle, that is 4, and next middle, that is 6, and next middle, that is 5. So search is successful. So the algorithm for this recursive binary search is an array, first element, last element, and key element which we are searching. So if last is less than first, that is array is in ascending order, that is in sorted order, index is equal to minus 1. Else in middle equal to first plus last minus by 2, calculating the middle. If key element equal to half middle, index equal to middle. Else if key is less than middle, again you can call the binary search by considering first. So here we are going to back. So calculate the high value, that is nothing but middle minus 1. And element pair search. Else index equal to recursive binary search a comma low value, mid plus 1, high value last, and key value, and return the index position. Initially a last is less than first, then index is minus 1. So here return the index position where the element is existing with this, that is at the end of this searching process. Algorithm is very simple. Here get the middle element. If the middle element equals to the search value, the algorithm stops. Otherwise, two cases are possible. Search value is less than the middle element. In this case, go to the step 1 for the part of the array. Search value is greater than the middle element. Go to the step 1 of the part of the array after the middle element, and go to the search 1 for the before the middle element. If the condition is less, go to before, condition is greater, go to after. And iterate this until element is found. If no elements are found, then you can return 0 or minus. Analysis of binary search. To analyze the binary search algorithm, we need to recall that each comparison eliminates about half of the remaining items from the consideration. That is nothing but we are considering only one half in each iteration, half of the elements. So already we have seen in 9 elements after calculating middle, if the element is in the second partition, we are eliminating the first 4 elements in first iteration, if that is less than. And again comparing the second half, that are only 4 elements. In second half again after one comparison, we are going to next iteration with only 1 element. So in each iteration we are skipping n by 2 items in the existing list. So if we start with n elements, about n by 2 elements we left in the first iteration, after second iteration n by 4, and after third iteration etc. n by 8, n by 16 etc. Then we split the list enough times, we end up with a list that has just 1. So the running time calculations, depending on the number of comparisons needed, are n by 2 power I, which is equal to 1. Solving this for I will give us I equal to log n. So the maximum time complexity for a binary search is order of log n. Correctness of binary search. for all n greater than 0, if binary search, recursive of binary search or binary search P first last P is called and the size is last minus first plus 1 equal to n and E of first to last are in ascending order and that in returns minus 1 if this does not exist and it returns the P index value if the element should exist. So by using the induction we can prove this n equal to last minus first plus 1 equal to 0. The array is empty, so first equal to last plus 1. At the line 1, if first greater than last is true, then line 2 is this and the algorithm correctly returns minus 1 because that is not its array. So element is not returned present in the array if we are getting the minus 1. If we are getting the index value other than minus 1, the element is existing because they are not having indexes in negative numbers. So, inductive step for n greater than 0, assume that the binary set satisfies the lemma on size k such that 0 less than or equal to k less than n and first and last elements are any indexes between k such that k equal to last minus first plus. So, for n greater than 0, the algorithm calculates the middle value and process the algorithm until element is found or single element in the list. Two conditions. So this is up to the binary search which process the element searching in recursive manner until the element is found in the list or not. This is up to today's class.